For instance, regarding block material, an iron block like a Jeep 4-liter is thermally stable and forgiving, whereas an open-deck aluminum block, such as a Subaru EJ25 or modern BMW, is highly susceptible to distortion and thread failure. Without knowing the metallurgy, the risk probability fluctuates by plus or minus 40%. The failure mode is also critical. A weeping gasket defined by an external leak allows for a high success repair, while a catastrophic overheat, where the needle pegged red often destroys the engine's core temper, rendering a head gasket replacement futile. Furthermore, mileage plays a role. High mileage over 150,000 implies piston ring wear, and increasing compression via a valve job and head gasket repair on a tired bottom end often causes blow-by and rapid oil consumption shortly after the repair. This report assumes a standard modern aluminum head aluminum block engine with a moderate overheat event. In the root cause and collateral assessment, it is established that a head gasket rarely fails, just because, as it is usually a symptom rather than the disease, and the longevity of the repair depends entirely on addressing the collateral damage caused by the breach. One major factor is thermal shock and metallurgy changes. If the engine overheats beyond 240 degrees Fahrenheit or 115 degrees Celsius, the metal has expanded beyond its elastic limit, leading to permanent deformation or warpage. A hidden risk here is piston ring annealing, where extreme heat causes piston rings to lose their tension. Consequently, a new gasket may seal the top, but the rings will no longer scrape oil effectively, resulting in an engine that runs but consumes oil at a rate of roughly 1 quart per 500 miles. Another major factor is fluid contamination, often described as the silent killer. Specifically regarding coolant in oil, ethylene glycol acts as an abrasive on babbitt-bearing material in the rod and main bearings. Even if the oil was changed, if the engine ran with milkshake oil for more than 50 miles, bearing life is reduced by 50% to 80%. Additionally, there is the risk of hydrolock. If coolant entered the cylinder while parked, the startup attempt may have slightly bent a connecting rod, creating an oval wear pattern on the cylinder wall that leads to eventual compression loss. Moving to repair quality variables, the delta between a cheap repair and a proper repair is the difference between 5,000 miles and 100,000 miles of life. The pad slap represents a low survivability option, where the mechanic uses a Scotch-Brite pad to clean the surface, checks nothing for straightness, and bolts the head back on. The risk here is that surface irregularities remain, and the new gasket will fail within 12 months. Conversely, the machine shop standard offers high survivability. This involves decking, where the cylinder head is machined to a specific REA or roughness average, required by modern multi-layer steel gaskets. It also involves a block check, where the engine block deck is checked with a machinist's straight edge and feeler gauge to a 0.1 tolerance. Furthermore, it requires the mandatory replacement of fasteners, specifically TTY or torque-to-yield head bolts, because reusing old bolts results in insufficient clamping force as they have already been permanently stretched. A mechanic's note advises you to ask your shop explicitly, "Are you sending the head to a machine shop for pressure testing and resurfacing?" If the answer is no, we checked it ourselves and it looks flat, you should walk away because the human eye cannot see a .003 warp, but a head gasket can. The report forecasts 3 distinct longevity scenarios. The best-case scenario, representing a full second life, occurs when the failure was an external leak of oil or coolant with no overheating. The head was machined professionally, an OEM gasket and new bolts were used, and the block deck was verified flat. The probability of this is 20%, rare as most owners drive until overheat, and the forecast is that the engine is mechanically sound, with an expectation of 100,000 plus miles, or the standard remaining life of the chassis. The probable case scenario, representing the statistical average, occurs when the car overheated once, the head was machined but the block which remains in the car was not decked, and the bearings were exposed to some coolant, but not for long. The probability is 50%, and the forecast is that the gasket holds but the engine is tired, with an expectation of 30,000 to 50,000 miles before secondary issues arise such as oil consumption, rod knock, or cooling system pressurization due to block warpage. The worst-case scenario, or walking dead, occurs after a severe overheat where the car was driven until stall, a pad slap repair was used, and coolant sat in the crankcase for weeks. The probability is 30%, and the forecast is less than 5,000 miles. The new gasket will fail due to block warpage, or a spun rod bearing will occur due to prior glycol contamination, resulting in a total loss of investment. To validate the repair, strict adherence to the following post-repair protocol for break-in and monitoring is required for the first 1,000 miles. First, perform the flush change between mile 0 and 50. Change the oil immediately, run for 50 miles, and then change the oil again to remove residual moisture and abrasives. Second, perform the tape test by placing a piece of masking tape on the coolant reservoir at the cold fill line and checking it every morning before starting. Any drop greater than 2 mm indicates the system is consuming coolant and the repair failed. Third, practice thermal cycling by not using cruise control for the first 500 miles, varying RPMs to seat valves, and avoiding the red line. Fourth, perform an emulsification check by inspecting the underside of the oil fill cap weekly. While light condensation is normal in winter, thick chocolate mousse indicates active mixing. Finally, regarding the sell or keep verdict, the guidance logic suggests you should keep the vehicle if it is structurally sound with no rust. The transmission shifts perfectly, and the failure was caught before the temperature gauge pinned red, provided you are willing to accept the probable case outcome of 30,000 to 50,000 miles. You should sell the vehicle if it overheated significantly with symptoms like steam or stalling. If the engine is an aluminum block with over 120,000 miles, where thread failure in the block is likely during repair, or if the repair cost exceeds 50% of the vehicle's private party value. The professional recommendation is that if this is a standard commuter car like a Civic, Corolla, or Cruze, and you overheated it, you should fix it cheaply and sell it immediately, or sell it broken, because the risk of warped block geometry and compromised piston rings makes long-term reliability statistically unlikely. However, if this is a heavy-duty iron block truck or diesel, you should fix it properly and keep it, as these engines survive trauma that disposable aluminum engines cannot. A final warning notes that sunk cost fallacy is your enemy. Spending $2,500 to fix a $4,000 car that overheated typically results in a $4,000 car with a ticking time bomb engine. The radical truth is to cut your losses unless the chassis is pristine,